Let me start by asking you something that most men never dare to ask themselves, or admit out loud. When was the last time you felt truly magnetic around women? I mean, a kind of presence so powerful and authentic that women don't just notice you. They feel drawn to you on a deeper level, almost without understanding why. Not because you said the right words or showed off something flashy, but because something inside you, something invisible, intangible, triggered a spark they can't shake off. Now, here's the brutal truth nobody tells you. 99% of men don't do this. They go through the motions, trying to impress with money, status, or empty compliments, hoping it will somehow make women chase them. But it doesn't. Why? Because the truth runs deeper than surface-level tricks or shallow attraction tactics. What women actually crave, what truly lights up their attention and makes their hearts race, is something far rarer and more subtle, something almost every man neglects. And it's this: real presence, grounded confidence, and emotional self-mastery. A quiet strength that commands respect without demanding it. A steady energy that says, I'm here, fully myself, and I don't need to prove anything to anyone. When you learn to embody this, women don't just look at you as another guy. They see a man who's anchored, unshakable, and captivating in his authenticity. And that energy? It's magnetic. It pulls them in like gravity. But let me warn you, this isn't easy. It's not about putting on a mask or playing a role. It's about deep work on yourself, mastering your emotions, controlling your presence, and knowing exactly when to engage and when to step back. It requires patience, awareness, and discipline. And that's why 99% of men never get there. They settle for cheap validation instead of real connection. So, what is this thing that 99% of men overlook? What is this secret weapon that women absolutely love, but men barely even notice? It's the art of being rather than doing. The ability to hold space without desperation, to communicate value without words, and to show up with a quiet intensity that invites her curiosity and desire to unfold naturally. In this video, we're going to break down the core principles behind this rare kind of masculine power. You'll learn how to cultivate this energy in your daily life, how to shift your mindset so you become unshakable in your own worth, and how to naturally inspire attraction that feels effortless, genuine, and unstoppable. No gimmicks, no fake lines, just pure, timeless truth from the Stoic mindset applied to modern relationships. If you've ever felt invisible to women, or frustrated by how quickly attraction fades, or confused about what you should do to make her want you, this video will change everything. Because once you understand and practice what I'm about to share, you'll no longer be chasing validation from outside. Instead, you'll become a man who commands attention and respect just by being himself, a man who women notice, admire, and want to be around. And that's not just attraction, that's power. So stay with me, because what you're about to learn isn't just a tip or a trick. It's a mindset shift, it's a lifestyle upgrade, it's the difference between being forgotten and being unforgettable. Welcome to Stoic Paradox. Let's begin. There is one fundamental thing almost every man completely overlooks, something so simple yet so powerful that it has the ability to change how women see you forever. It's not about flashy displays of wealth, not about empty compliments or trying to be someone you're not. It's something far deeper, something rooted in your very presence and mindset. This one thing is consistency in your emotional self-control, the ability to remain calm, composed, and fully present regardless of the situation. It's about mastering yourself first before trying to win her heart. Women are instinctively wired to recognize this kind of strength because it signals security, reliability, and maturity, the kind of traits that go beyond surface attraction and build deep, lasting interest. Most men lose this battle before it even begins. They get anxious, needy, or try too hard to impress, and women pick up on it immediately. But the rare man who embraces emotional steadiness, who holds his ground silently and confidently, becomes magnetic without saying much. He doesn't need to prove anything, and that absence of need creates an undeniable pull. This is the quiet power women crave. It's not about grand gestures or smooth talk. It's about being the calm in the storm, the anchor she can lean on without a word. When you show this kind of emotional consistency, you create a space where she feels safe, seen, and genuinely attracted. So if you want to stand out, to be the man women think about long after the conversation ends, this is the key. Master your emotions, be steady in your presence, and watch how everything else naturally falls into place. Why this drives women wild. Understanding why emotional self-control and steady presence drive women wild requires diving beneath the surface of attraction and into the primal wiring of human connection. Women, consciously or not, are wired to seek a partner who can provide stability, not just financial or physical, but emotional. When a man demonstrates that he is unshaken by drama, tension, or uncertainty, it sends a powerful signal that he is capable of protecting, supporting, and leading when it matters most. Imagine the subtle energy in a room when a man calmly listens, never rushed, never desperate for approval, holding his emotions in check. That kind of presence ignites a subconscious fire in women because it triggers a deep evolutionary trust mechanism. They sense that this man has internal resources, patience, discipline, resilience, that transcend surface charm or fleeting passion. This is the essence of masculine power that doesn't scream for attention but commands it effortlessly. Moreover, this emotional steadiness offers a safe harbour in a world filled with chaos and uncertainty. It creates a psychological space where a woman can be vulnerable, open, and herself without fear of judgment or emotional volatility. That feeling of safety is intoxicating. It draws her in, making her want to invest more of her energy, time, and emotions in the connection. In contrast, men who react impulsively, show insecurity, or chase validation destroy that safe space instantly. Their emotional turbulence creates friction and confusion, which repels rather than attracts. So what drives women wild isn't just confidence or looks, it's the rare ability to remain grounded and emotionally mature in every interaction. That's what sparks real desire and lasting connection. How to develop this trait? Developing this rare and magnetic trait starts with mastering yourself on the inside before trying to influence the outside world. It requires deliberate practice and deep self-awareness. The first step is learning to observe your emotions without being controlled by them. When you notice anxiety, impatience, or neediness rising, pause and take a breath. Acknowledge the feeling, but don't act on it impulsively. This simple habit begins rewiring your brain to respond with calm rather than reactivity. Next, build daily routines that reinforce discipline and self-control. This could be through meditation, journaling, physical training, or any practice that strengthens your mental resilience. These aren't just tasks, they are training grounds for your emotional muscles. Over time, this inner strength becomes second nature, showing up naturally in how you carry yourself in conversations and interactions. Another key is mastering the art of silence and presence. Often, men feel pressured to fill every moment with words or actions to prove their value. But true power often lies in your ability to simply be, to hold space without needing to perform. Practice listening deeply, maintaining eye contact and grounding your energy. When you speak, do so with intention, clarity, and calm confidence. Lastly, surround yourself with environments and people that challenge you to grow emotionally rather than drain you. Emotional self-control thrives when you're committed to continual growth and willing to confront discomfort rather than avoid it. Remember, this isn't about perfection. It's about progress and showing up consistently as a man who is unshakable on the inside. When you cultivate these habits and mindset shifts, you'll notice a profound transformation, not just in how women respond to you, but in your overall presence, confidence, and fulfillment in life. Real-world examples? To truly grasp the power of emotional self-control and steady presence, let me share some real-world examples of men who embody this trait and how it transformed their interactions with women. Take, for instance, a man named David. He wasn't the most outwardly charismatic guy in the room, but he had something far more compelling: an unwavering calm. During a tense conversation with a woman he liked, others might have become nervous, stumbled over their words, or tried too hard to impress. David, however, simply listened, nodded thoughtfully, and responded with clear, measured words. That steady presence made her feel understood and safe, sparking a connection that others couldn't replicate. Another example is James, a man who faced rejection and frustration with grace rather than desperation. When a woman he was interested in pulled away emotionally, instead of chasing or pleading, James maintained his composure. He gave her space without losing his sense of self. Weeks later, she came back, not because he pressured her, but because his emotional steadiness created curiosity and respect. This is a pattern you can observe in countless successful relationships. The man who leads with calm confidence becomes the one women are drawn to again and again. And it's not just about romantic contexts. In social settings, work environments, and everyday encounters, men who master this internal balance naturally attract attention. They don't need to be the loudest or the flashiest. Their quiet confidence cuts through the noise and leaves a lasting impression. This is the subtle art of presence, a form of attraction that transcends superficial charm. Why this makes you irresistible? So why does this quality make you absolutely irresistible? It comes down to two fundamental human needs: the need for safety and the need for value. When you demonstrate emotional self-control, you become a pillar of stability in a chaotic world, fulfilling the deep, often unconscious, need women have for security. You become the calm in their storm, the steady hand they can trust when life gets unpredictable. On top of that, emotional steadiness signals immense inner value. It shows you as someone who has mastered himself, someone who isn't ruled by fleeting emotions or external validation. This mastery conveys strength and competence, traits universally admired and sought after. It tells women you are dependable, trustworthy, and worthy of their time and energy. Most importantly, this trait breaks through the noise of superficial dating games and manipulative tactics. It creates genuine connection and respect, laying the groundwork for deep attraction and long-term interest. When you embody this presence, women aren't just attracted to how you look or what you say. They are drawn to the very essence of who you are. This is what makes you stand out in a sea of men who are often lost in insecurity, neediness, or emotional chaos. As we wrap up, remember this: becoming the man who embodies emotional self-control and steady presence isn't some mysterious secret reserved for a chosen few. It's a skill, a mindset, and a practice that you can cultivate every day. It's about committing to your own growth, mastering your emotions, and showing up as a calm, confident man in every interaction. If you want to stand out, to become unforgettable in the eyes of women, start with yourself. Practice these principles and watch how the dynamics of your relationships shift. This is the kind of power that can change not just how women see you, but how you see yourself. A man in full control of his life and emotions. If you found value in this insight, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on more powerful lessons designed to elevate your confidence and attraction skills.